So what is Phelophepa? It's a train that brings health and hope to thousands of rural South Africans in need of access to health care, and it derives its name from Old Sotho and Setswana, and roughly translated it means good clean health, which is exactly what the traveling health clinic provides. The first train was launched in 1994. A second train was then launched in 2012. But in order for this train to actually work, its success is anchored on the partnerships that we have. And of course, the partnerships start internally. Oh, on the far right, far left, far right, you have Transnet freight rail. This unit provides us with the rails on which to run. They determine with ourselves which rail tracks we can utilize, because we can't utilize the rail tracks that they use for transporting goods. And then you have Transnet engineering. That's where the critical mass of our engineers, our innovators lie. These are the ones that actually built the train. Then you have Colgate Palmolive. These are our co-funders. But in particular, Colgate Palmolive is critical in us spreading our community reach program, because we run also a community reach program that goes out to schools that are along the route of the train to go and screen children and also provide health education to communities. But Colgate Palmolive is quite important in giving us the consumables and equipment, brushes, toothpaste, so that when we provide the health education in the schools, we actually give the children the toothbrushes and the toothpaste. And it has actually shown that in those schools where the program actually runs, they have less of the complicated tooth diseases. And then we have PRASA. PRASA gives us its station. And also it allows us to park the train at their stations that are not utilized at the time. But it also allows us to use their facilities to look at the underbelly of the train for maintenance, because sometimes we were far from our own to actually do that service. So we work very closely with PRASA. We've had a recent engagement with themselves, and they have given a promise that they are going to give us 2 locomotives, because we've asked for 2 locomotives. Our 18 locomotive train is not adequate now. We need more storage to put our medicines, and also to convert one of the locomotives for our security accommodation. Then we have Roche. Roche has been with us since our inception. They've been providing us the pharmaceutical, they run the pharmacy in short. I mean, they give us the medicines, the diagnostic tools, kits that we need for diagnosing what ailments people have. They've been with us all the way. Then we have social development. Social development, when we do the marketing before we go out to the communities, we need to mobilize the communities and tell them we're coming. People must come on such a date. We work with social development, because we also need to identify which areas, old age homes that we can go to, and also provide some of our services, and then we work very closely with them. And then we have the Department of Health, of course, is core. Department of Health we comply with the regulations, etc., etc. I mean, they are the key department that we work with insofar as the delivery of health is concerned with Phelophepa. And having said that, therefore, I mean, I have said the train is an 18-coach train. At any given time, we have 20 full-time staff members that Transnet pays for. However, also at any given time, we also have 14 student volunteers that we get from our training institutions. Okay, sorry. My sincere apology. At the very bottom right, we have the training institutions. These are our pool that gives us the critical human resource to augment the human resource that we have. And therefore that takes me to the 40 students. Those are the 40 students that are drawn from the higher learning training institutions. We don't pay them, we pay for their accommodation, but it is a win-win situation in that these students get experiential training on the train. And they use high quality instruments, equipment, latest. And if I may, I mean, the train then has, besides the human resource, it runs a pharmacy, full-time pharmacy, which complies with all health regulations. An eye clinic, fully operational, dental clinic, a cancer and diabetics, we do cancer and diabetics clinic, and then we do general health. I will not go into the details of the services that we offer in each of the clinics, but just to show you that, for instance, if you just, let's pick out the dental clinic. It's equipped to perform teeth cleaning, extractions, and restorations. Also has a digital X-ray unit for intraoral radiography of the mouth. Not very many institutions actually have that. So Transnet has invested a lot in ensuring that the services, the health services that are provided on this train are also of very high quality. I'll pass that. The benefits to the community, but also in terms of the costs in comparison with other facilities that offer similar services. For instance, we only charge 5 rand for medical examination, but if a client does not have 5 rand, we do not turn them away. For eye clinic, we charge 30 rand for a pair of glasses which are made on the train. The dental clinic charges 10 rand for dental services.